Japan's population is shrinking at a faster rate than ever. Second installment series Redesigning Japan will be looking at a new style family against the backdrop of a declining population. Increasing number of young couples prefer to live near their parents. They live separately but close enough so they can often see each other. The percentage of young couples living close to their parents has increased by 15% in the past 10 years. Here's why. 33-year-old Sawako Ueda moved to a housing complex in Saitama City 6 months ago. She's expecting her first baby very soon. Her parents' home is only a 5-minute drive from her new home. Sawako says she can drive straight along this street to her parents' home on the other side of the train station. Her mother, Hiroko, came to see her. Hiroko thought her pregnant daughter shouldn't carry heavy laundry and decided to pick up some clothes at the cleaners before she came here. Sawako says it's great help because their home is on the 3rd floor. Hiroko says it's good to live close to each other. Sawako got married 3 years ago. The couple wants to have many children. Many couples with young children want to live near their parents because they need financial support from their parents. Sawako works for a publisher in Tokyo. She wants to have 4 children, if possible, by the age of 40. But the couple's income has not increased in the past few years, and it's not expected to increase in the future. She's concerned about mortgage payments and the children's educational costs. She eats dinner at her parents' home when her husband works late. She says she takes some food home for her husband tonight. Says she may eat some leftovers for her lunch tomorrow. Hiroko sometimes buys some daily necessities also for her daughter. Young couples also want to live close to their parents because of the lack of daycare centres. Sawako wants to return to work when her baby is 2 months old. She tried to look for a daycare centre, but all the facilities nearby have a long waiting list. Sawako says it's actually impossible to raise a child only by themselves. She says they decided to accept her parents' offer when her parents said they could take care of the baby. Her parents' generation also wants to live close to their children. Sawako's father, Keiji, is a baby boomer. He was born a farmer's son in Hyogo Prefecture and came to Tokyo 50 years ago. He got married and raised 2 daughters in Saitama Prefecture. Sawako's parents don't have a strong bond to the local community. They've been living effectively independent from their relatives and hometown for a long time. They knew their daughter needs their help. They thought it wouldn't be good to live together, but living close to each other could be an optimal solution. Keiji says they might infringe on the privacy of others if they live together. He says it would be difficult to solve some family problems in the same house. He says it may be good to live separately, but they can see each other anytime they like. He says he thinks it's important to keep a certain distance from each other. Her parents prefer to live close to their children and grandchildren. parents are also concerned about their lives when they get old, and they can feel more secure if they live close to their children.
Let's look at a community which is regaining some of its past vigor by encouraging young couples to live near their parents' homes. In Tokyo's Chiyoda Ward, the municipal administration pays up to 80,000 yen as a rent subsidy to families that raise children near their parents' homes in the ward. This is part of efforts to reverse the decline in the population caused by young people leaving Chiyoda Ward. Last year, Hisao Tezuka's family moved to Chiyoda Ward to live near his parents' home. Every week, Tezuka's family visits his parents, whose house is 5 minutes' walk away. A traditional local festival was held this month. Seeing the portable shrine carried in procession has been a great joy for Tezuka since he was a kid. Back in his hometown, Tezuka is a key member of the group of young people supporting the town where he was born and raised. More than 300 families with children have moved into the area. Their being here is essential for the aging community. Tezuka says he is willing to help the local festival continue because he grew up with it. Hisao Tezuka's father says he hopes more and more young people will participate in these kinds of events because it is important to revitalize the town and preserve the community's wonderful old traditions. Sawako Ueda and her husband moved into Saitama City last year to live near her father's home. On Monday, she gave birth to a baby. Her father says the baby has big eyes. He says she will have to work a lot. Sawako says she knows she has to do all she can. With the birth rate declining, the policy of encouraging young couples to live near their parents is helping them realize their dream to have children.
My nephew is 3 months old, and they don't live near each other, but my brother's family repeats a pattern of spending some time at the parents' place and returning to their home. They are depending on the help from their parents, and for my parents, they are of course fond of their grandson, and the whole house has become lively. I can understand why young couples with children are more and more living within the vicinity of their parents. Looking at this generation, I am in between this generation of the grandparents and the parents of the children. I can understand that. They could live together, but this comfortable relationship that they could communicate with each other, living close to each other, is something very interesting. And this is not limited to the Tokyo metropolitan government, but is spreading nationwide. Subsidies for children rearing generations who choose to live in proximity of their parents have begun at Kita Ward in Tokyo and Saitama City, Sakai City in Osaka.
Now